How's everyone doing today? It's CJ Halleck with cjhalleck.com and digitalbag.com, and in this video we are going to be installing WordPress using the cPanel. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Alright, so we are inside of our cPanel, and in the previous video I walked you through how to log in and access the cPanel. So be sure to check that video out if you need to. That being said, let's go ahead and get started. We are on the web applications section, and we're going to click on WordPress. Excuse me. Once we're here, we're going to go ahead and come into this top right hand corner and click on install this application. And then we're going to make sure that we have our domain selected. The one thing that you need to make sure, not only do you need to have the domain selected, but you need to make sure that it's set to the HTTPS and then your domain. So you want to make sure you have that to make sure that it registers for the SSL security certificate. So we go ahead and have that. We're going to leave version as the recommended version. They do make updates quite frequently, so you may be seeing a different version here than the one that you're seeing on your screen. It's totally fine. So we're going to go ahead and make sure it stays on recommended, accept the license agreement. We're going to go ahead and leave it for update to new minor versions and security releases, and update WordPress plugins as new versions become available. Actually, no, we're going to do not update, because you're going to want to make sure you look over those as we update, and we'll get to that when the time comes at the end of the Blitz challenge. Next thing is WordPress theme automatic update. We're going to do the same thing here, do not automatically update. And the automatic update backup, this is good to have. We're going to keep this here, but we're also going to do a secondary backup with a WordPress plugin moving forward that'll store everything inside of Dropbox. So the next thing is going to be our administrator username and password. The first thing you need to make sure that you do is, of course, go through the password setting and video tutorial to make sure that you can come up with a strong password for this. But for right now, we're going to do something very basic just to get this installed, and then we'll go back later and create a full profile to make sure that we get everything right in our WordPress user account. So we're going to start. I'm going to just actually do start. And the password will be, I'll do hashtag delete 23 and another hashtag. Actually, we'll do 23 and I'll make the D capital. Alright, so now I have a password. I'm going to go ahead and open up my notepad, and I'm going to go ahead and paste that into my notepad so I have that. And then the username will be start. So basically what we're going to do now, and like I said, we're going to come back and change this as soon as we get one of the first few steps we're going to do is actually create a new username and delete all this. So don't worry about, taking much time. Just make sure you can get into the account and you remember these two things. Next thing is administrator email. Once again, this doesn't matter because we're going to change all this. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to put in one of my other email addresses. Not the one that I plan on using. And if you want to go ahead and do this now, you can go back in and edit everything later. I just like doing everything from scratch. I don't know if it's just a personal preference or what. Next thing is going to be your website title. This is going to be the name of your brand. So I'm going to go ahead and do Pyro Plax. Alright, yeah, I'll leave that there. And then the next thing is going to be the tagline. And that's, go ahead and make sure I get the right tagline. It's going to be art. by hand with fire. All right. Two-factor authentication, we're going to leave that do not enable. Limit logins, we're going to go ahead and do not limit. Do not do enable multi-site. Automatically manage advanced settings for me and click install. And that's going to go ahead and install all the software. Get your username that we just created up and running. Everything going. It may take a few minutes as you see the progress bar going through. And while we go through that, just to keep you guys keep in mind that anything that you are needing to go through when you do this, you can get by going to digitalbag.com and doing a search. So you have successfully installed WordPress. If you go to your URL, we're going to open this in a new tab. You'll see your websites there. Congratulations, you're one step closer to having a website. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and hop off for this tutorial. If you liked the tutorial, please feel free to like and share the video. And if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me a message on Twitter at CJ Halleck. That being said, we're going to go ahead and hop on into the next tutorial. We'll see you there. Take care.